Hello and welcome to the Being and Becoming podcast. My name is Logan Hauer. I wanted to take a second to thank everyone that's been listening to our episodes thus far this year for the past 6 months. It's been a great time for Austin, Patrick, and myself to be having these conversations and putting them out for everyone to listen. However, in the interest of improving the quality of our thoughts, the conversations we put out, and the overall quality of the episodes released on a weekly basis, we will conclude our first quote-unquote season of this podcast. I am proud of what we have released thus far, but I also recognize there is room for improvement. Therefore, I, alongside my two other co-hosts, Austin and Patrick, will be taking a break to make those necessary improvements for the second quote-unquote season of Being and Becoming. We hope to air this upcoming season, sometime in the fall, but more details will be announced at a later date. I've been thankful for the guests who have joined our program. They were generous in sharing their thoughts, time, and expertise. We look forward to continue highlighting people doing good in the world on our Future of Habit segment of the show upon returning next season. Austin, Patrick, and I also hope to continue having fun, interesting, and hopefully, at times, amusing conversations on our Shooting the Breeze segment, which will also return next season. The book club segment of our show is a beast to make, which should come as no surprise. This segment has been a behemoth and will need some work regarding how we are covering the material of the books that we choose to read. This segment might also work better as bonus episodes, which could be released consecutively week by week over the span of a month or two. And those could be available on a Patreon or some kind of subscription model, but we're still kicking around that idea, so I'll be sure to provide any updates once they are in place. Just a couple of other improvements or things we wanted to highlight that I had noticed based on the last couple months pertaining to the show would be to make better use of video format and making those available on YouTube for every conversation we have, not just for the guests. And ideally, I would be breaking those videos into smaller clips as well, which would be easier to consume or digest. I cannot make any promises at this time as to how regularly I will be able to break the episode into clips, but that is something that I'm also thinking about and hope to look into as well. The quality of the audio and video are an ongoing concern for us, but I do believe we have a better solution in place for when we return. I do appreciate your patience in bearing with us through this first really test run season while we experimented with the production. Last but not least, the final change that you, the audience, can expect for the upcoming, again, quote-unquote season, that I'm aware of at this time at least, because there could be others to come, is the title of the episodes. The episodes this season were posted in the format of a question in order to emphasize the curiosity we try to promote on the podcast that the three of us highly value. I did, however, find this to be annoying and limiting as the months progressed, as far as there's only so many interesting titles you can make. So we will start naming the episodes based on the topic of the conversation in the upcoming month and do away with the question form or format for the title of the episodes. Lastly, Austin, Pat, and I want to thank everyone who has been on the journey with us over these last 6 months. We've deeply enjoyed recording our conversations and look forward to continuing those discussions about the complexity of the world. Beliefs are fascinating, values are compelling, and empathy drives us to understand each other better. Together, we're being honest in conversations about thoughts we're having and books we're reading, in hopes of becoming better, more able versions of our current selves. We hope you join us next time for another conversation.